the light. Secrets buried in the coldest ground. We're digging deep where the truth is found. Daphne's case files, we're breaking the chain. Justice rising, no more pain. Evil's end, the final call. Behind the lies, we'll expose it all. Whispers echo in the darkened halls. Faint confessions on the paper walls. Every victim deserves their say. We're here to chase the night away. Daphne's case files, we're breaking the chain. Justice rising, no more pain. Evil's end, the final call. Behind the lies, we'll expose it all. Unseen crimes, they thought they'd won, but the fight for truth has just begun. Every clue, every trace, bringing evil face to face.
Hello, welcome back to the channel. I hope everybody's having a great day. This is just a pop-up live. I wanted to update everybody with the new information that has come out about the 4-year-old child, Johnathan Boley. The sheriff, had just came out with a statement, and I want to go over that and go over a few other things. First, I want to welcome in everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you taking the time to come in today. I know it's spur of the moment live. Welcome in, Cheryl. Hello, good to see you, Graham Tim. Hello, good to see you. Hi, Miss Robin. Glad to hear you're feeling better. Thank you for being here. Betty, hi, good to see you. Tina Kent, hello. Thank you for being here. Kelly, hey, yes, trying to stay warm. Absolutely. How about you, Missy? Yeah, it is just really cold. We're supposed to get a warm front, though, tomorrow, Tuesday. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed for that. It's supposed to be warm for warm is like 40 degrees, right? When it's the winter, warm is 40 degrees. That's hot. So, I'm keeping my fingers crossed for that. Robin, hello, 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 hello. And everybody else coming in, hello. Thank you so much for being here. Hi, Wait, 1966. Everybody else, hello. So I'm going to go ahead and dig right into this. So I know a lot of you have been following the disappearance of, here, let me pull up a picture of him, right? Since we're talking about him. Let me remove the video real quick. So we've been following this for the past week, and let's show this right here. There's a bunch of pictures of him, right? I'm just going to pull this one up because he's so cute. Look how cute he is. It's just really sad what happened to him. So Dad, just a short rundown if you're not updated with this case. So Dad got him and his brother, right, for 6 days. 6 days, 5 days out of the year. Him and his 6-year-old brother. And yeah. And the day before they were supposed to go home, day before they were supposed to go home, little Johnathan went missing. Now, with this new information that we found out, he was partially recovered, right, in a body of water. And the sheriff said that the police stated that the dog had been with him the whole time. So I don't know if it was on camera or something like that. They were able to spot the dog first, and the dog kind of led them back to where Jonathan's body, his remains were. This is it's very difficult to talk about because it's a very sad situation here, very devastating. But I want to get into this while you guys are coming in here, and I'm going to bring you the latest information. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Did you just get the notification on? Hi, Adele. Good to see you. Good to see all of you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to start off with the video that just came out. This is the most recent information that just came out. And this is from our sheriff. And he will explain everything. I'm going to make the photo bigger here. All right, there we go. All right, and the volume is turned all the way up. I even tweaked the video so it would sound a little bit louder because I know he's got like a soft voice. And last time it was kind of difficult to hear him. Hi, Adele. Good to see you, hon. All right, so this is our new information. Let me go ahead and start this.
55 on Friday, January the 2nd. Johnathan, which was known as John, was recovered at the scene by a search group that was volunteering. They were in their assigned grid when John was recovered partially in a body of water. Once John and Buck was found, I requested the assistance of the FBI and SPI to work alongside our deputies to work the scene. They spent Friday, most of the day Saturday, processing and working the scene. They vacated the command post at Cornerstone Church, and I want to thank Cornerstone Church for allowing us to use their facilities last week. Sunday, they worked out of their respective field offices to follow up and put everything that we've worked on thus far together. This morning, Sergeant Pugh, SBI, and federal agents were present for an autopsy this morning. We do not have an official cause of death, but we can rule out that there was no signs of trauma or assault type injuries. Anything official will be pending further testing.
All right, I'm just going to stop it there for 1 second. So he says that we can rule out any kind of assault or anything like that. Hi, I'm out. It's good to see you. So they can rule that out completely. And they're still waiting for some more information from the medical examiner. But this is what they currently have now, as of 3:14 p.m. New York time. Hi, Artie, man. Good to see you. Hi, Betty. I'm sorry you're having internet. I thought it might have been mine. That's why I checked, because I do have my maps open, and I want to show you the area that he could have, that I'm guessing that he was located in by the talks of the sheriff. All right. I'm going to make sure the volume's all the way up, and we're going to go ahead.
We're committed to being transparent as possible as we can during this entire process. Kind of to talk about the father, Jamison Kyle Boley, and the charges that he had that stems from this investigation was on December 31st, Jamison Kyle Boley was arrested and charged with unlawful manufacture of a destructive device, which is a Class B felony. He was also charged with chemical endangerment of a child on 2 counts, which are Class C felonies. These charges are separate and totally separate from missing John. And also I want to say that, Mr. Boley is presumed innocent until proven guilty. That these charges doesn't mean that he is guilty until he's proven guilty. Once the investigation is complete and we have an official cause of death, everything will be compiled and we will give it to the district attorney for review. Does anybody have any questions?
Why is the father in Blount County?
We moved in Blount County anytime. It's not uncommon for sheriffs across the state when they have high profile cases and things of that nature to send the individual out of county or to another facility. You know, we have several inmates that are Walker County inmates that are in different county jails throughout the state that are being housed just to keep people separated and so forth. You know, we have several inmates that are from other counties as well. So we kind of switch and swap just to kind of keep high profile cases separated from their home county.
In terms of the autopsy, still the results are not in, but would it be safe to assume that there's possibility of things like that the boy fell off a ridge or fell off into some water or something like that?
You know, obviously I don't want to speculate on what the cause of death may or may not be. All I can say is that from what was done this morning, that we can rule out the fact that there was no trauma and there was no assault type injuries. And anything else would require further testing.
Do you know how long he had been deceased?
They did not provide that this morning in the initial conversation. I mean, they just got through concluding.
On Friday, you called for privacy for the family. Since then, there's been a lot of chatter on Facebook, maybe even potential misinformation. What's your message to the community right now?
First off, I want to say that I'm very proud of Walker County. I'm very proud of the people who came out and showed this family support. I mean, I've seen high school kids come out. I've seen grandpas and grandmas come out. I just ask that you show the family respect.
And you mentioned he was partially in a body of water. Can you kind of describe what type of body of water that was?
It was, I guess the best way to describe it is kind of a creek, but it pulled up to, there was an area that was pulled up. Not sure whenever he was in it, at what level it was in, because obviously Friday we experienced rain, but Saturday morning when we measured it, it was around 4 foot deep.
Was it a volunteer type team that had found them, or was it a professional law enforcement?
So, obviously we had law enforcement, we had hundreds of volunteers come out. So EMA did a fantastic job of mapping out everybody's search patterns and grid patterns. So this was a volunteer group of pure volunteers that were assigned a certain section to search, and during their search, they recovered John.
And you mentioned that the dog was found with him alive. Was the dog just hanging around that area, or can you describe?
One of the volunteers I spoke to said they saw the dog first, and the dog kind of led them back to where John was.
In regards to the father, can you specify what types of drugs were found in the home?
Methamphetamine.
And then, as far as the dog and all, do you think the dog stayed with the child? Is that the expectation? Or maybe led him that far away because he was a couple of miles away?
It appears that way, that the dog was with him the whole time.
About when was the boy found, as far as 1 o'clock, 1:30? Because I know
It was at 12:55 is what EMA reported this morning, that the volunteer group found it on January the 2nd.
What was the volunteer group? I mean, you got a whole group of volunteers, obviously going to look for him, but not probably expecting to see what they saw. How are they dealing with it?
I spoke with them shortly in a room. They were shook up. Obviously, you come out to do a good deed, and when you get there, you may have thought that you have fully prepared yourself for what you might come across, and obviously they were shooken up. I think they had to call paramedics to one female searcher who was having a panic attack. So obviously, keep them in your prayers.
How are investigators doing?
They're good. Like I said, there's, two guys, Sergeant Pugh and Captain Legg. I can't commend them enough for the work that they've done. I'm not sure that they ever went home until John was found.
How are you doing?
It's a challenge. You know, like I said, I've never been through anything like this, and I hope that, you know, that no family has to go through anything like this. But if you do, I think that one thing that we have to be proud of Walker County, and the fact that that's where I'm proud of, is because of the support that they showed this family. And I hope that that support don't stop. I hope that that support continues in the days to come. It doesn't just stop just because John was found.
Strange question. How was the father informed? He didn't just watch a stream or anything like that?
No, we took him to Blount County. I arranged with the sheriff of Blount County to let the family go make that notification in person.
And him moving to Blount County, is that for his safety?
It's just general, just to keep him separated from the county and people he may know here in the jail.
And I know these guys had thermal imaging of, you know, around the clock essentially. Some people are asking how possibly the dog was missed on thermal imaging. Can you explain that?
You know, I can't really explain that because that's not my area of expertise. You know, we called out every resource that we had available. You know, we had multiple aviation divisions from Jefferson County, ALEA, Coleman City. We had drone operators from several search and rescue groups. You know, I can't answer that question.
It's early, but have you learned any lessons from this investigation in terms of how to do this type of search better down the road?
You know, obviously, I think once we get all of our information back and we get to review everything and get to really sit down and think, we can, you know, you're always going to find things that you can do better. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But obviously, as well, this presented challenges. I mean, you know, where we're at, you know, and the lifestyle that was taking place in the home with explosive devices and things of that nature, obviously created challenges that we, you know, wouldn't necessarily ready to see. And so it was much more than just blazing through the woods looking for a child. It presented challenges.
How long was the delay because of that finding explosive?
You know, the delay with search was delayed around the residence. You know, there's a lot of misinformation out there. The delay was not, it was not delayed for a search that other than the immediate area of the house. Now, the following day, once you got across the road, several volunteers were reporting and mapping that they thought they had found some type of explosive devices. So obviously we had to delay searches in that particular area, which was across the street, until the bomb techs for the FBI could finish clearing the house and then make their way to assess those potential hazards, which they were cleared to not be explosive material.
And do you know the devices that you found? Pipe bombs, how would you describe them? Fireworks?
They wasn't fireworks, let's just put it that way. You know, I'm not an expert when it comes to bombs and explosives, but the people who are experts said there was enough to level the entire house.
I know y'all got a call on Wednesday. Do you know how long they were missing prior to y'all getting notified?
Sir, you repeat that again?
Yeah, I know y'all got the call on Wednesday. Do you know how long he was missing prior to y'all getting that notification?
There was a delay. Obviously, we weren't called as immediately as he went missing. You know, if I'm taking the information that I have at face value, I mean, I'm sure that he did like any parent would do. You'd spend 30 minutes, an hour or so trying to find your child. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt that that's what happened, that he was trying to find him on his own. But obviously, you know, one thing back to Ed's question is,
I just want to stop it right there. So he mentioned that the search was delayed around like the home and stuff because of the civilians couldn't come in because of all the devices that the father had, right? And the sheriff just said that the father said that he tried to find him first. That's why there was a delay in the 911 call. Yeah, I appreciate you, Bella, telling us that. Thank you. I didn't know that the mom had spoke to Johnathan on the 31st during that day. It must have been right before he left. One more day. He was leaving the next day. And it's just so sad.
In situations like that, because the father was doing his own search and things in the woods, which obviously doesn't help the tracking of, using canines and trying to track the child once, we got notified.
The explosions that the neighbors had heard for several weeks on end, have we been able to tie those explosions with the father in terms of the material that he had?
We have not.
With as many agencies that were involved, the challenge of organizing the search, who led the search, organizing?
Yeah, so obviously, I contacted, as soon as we got on the scene, we contacted the FBI state, got everybody in, contacted Regina with EMA. She came out, she did her thing and got as many resources, fire departments and things as we could. She set up the incident command center at the church. And then we just started working and kind of rolling from there, organizing everything, organizing everybody in searches and where they needed to go.
Can you speak to how much she did? Because that's her name has come up several times today about how much she did contribute. Yeah,
I mean, listen, I can't thank Regina enough for the job that she did helping organize. It's one less thing that I had to worry about because I knew.
Was that like a hobby, or do you have any idea?
I think he had told at one point, he had told an investigator that he knew that what he was handling and stuff was dangerous, but he didn't, he just was at the point where he didn't care anymore.
Wow. Depression, maybe.
Yeah, okay, background, right?
Yes.
What type of explosives?
I don't know the name of them. I don't want to misquote it or misstate it.
Were they just one type of explosive, or were they several different types?
I don't know the answer to that. Any other questions? All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Okay, you all, let me stop this before it goes to something else. 1 second. All right. Yeah, it's a sad situation, you guys. Now, it seems like the dad was depressed. I don't know how a former military could get into something that he got into. I'm wondering if he had something else going on there too with PTSD. I'm sorry, you guys. I hate to bring this bad news, but yeah. So one day, and he would have been back with moms. I want to bring you over to my maps real quick. I'm gonna do this here. This might help. So I kind of want to give you an idea of where he was located. Yeah, can you guys all hear me? Is the sound clear? So this is just a guesstimation, right? So I like I said, I don't know the exact location, but you could see here on the screen that, let me get rid of that and go out here. There's a creek right here. This is a lot of action, but the officer said that he was located in a creek, right? And he said since it rained the day, he said it was about 4 foot deep. And I believe that Johnathan was around 4 foot. I think it was like 4 foot and 50 pounds. I think that's what it was. Yeah, I mean, they don't know everything yet. It still takes a while to get like the toxicology report back and stuff. So it's very devastating. So when you look here, you have the creek, you have the home. Here's the home, right? So he maybe have followed the dog out and got over here by that. There was no signs of physical, like if someone hurt him, right? Like dad hurt him or whatever. I just think that, well, yeah, Bella, they said that, it was like, they don't know how deep it was when he was there. Like, you know what I mean? Because it was raining. You guys remember it was raining. So, I mean, I don't see it filling up to like, you know what I mean? Like it had to been close to 4 foot of water already. It didn't rain that much. We're like a foot of, like a hurricane came and dropped a foot of water, but it had to been close to the 4 foot. And you can drown in like 2 inches of water. I remember my mom always telling me that. I'm like, what? I don't know why, but I always remember that. She was a nurse. So yes, it is a tragedy, an absolute tragedy. Now, I mean, yeah, I mean, he could definitely, he was 4 years old. It's really odd, guys, how it was the last day that he was there. He just spoke to mom, like Bella said. He just spoke to his mom on the phone, right? It was the last day he was there. Yeah, depending on terrain. Well, we know Alabama is it's pretty flat. I mean, you have some hills and stuff, but it's not like mountainous like Tennessee or Colorado or and stuff like that, right? It's pretty flat, but you still have like trees and brush, and even in the winter. But I mean, it is possible he followed his dog out there or something. I personally just think it's very strange how you have all these coincidences, like he was supposed to leave the next day, right? And he just talked to mom on phone. That's what Bella said, just spoke to her on the phone that same day. And dad had all those issues going on with the math, right? He's building strange things and he's doing math, you know. So, and then we heard from the neighbors saying they heard all these explosions like the week prior. And yeah, it's quite coincidental with everything. Now, I'm not trying to like jump to conclusions and say dad did something, right? And then, of course, you have the delayed 911 call. But I mean, that could be because dad was looking for him first. Yeah, he could have, Maine. He absolutely could have. I mean, I guess, you know, if the little guy had gotten into something, maybe, I don't know. You know, like I said, there's too many coincidental issues going on right now. And I don't believe in coincidences. Hi, True Crime for me too. Good to see you. Well, I probably shouldn't have said it like that. It's okay. No, it's okay. We all, like I said, I shouldn't be jumping to conclusions, but I mean, it's pretty coincidental that he just spoke to mom, and it seems like maybe dad had something against mom, because if he was truly in the children's best interest, do you think he would have had all the shit that he had in his house, like with the freaking like boom booms, I guess you want to call them, and all the math all over the house? Do you think if he was thinking of the children's best interest, he would have had all that shit in the house? No. Hi, Crystal. Good to see you. I kind of feel like he was planning a level the home, all three of them. He could have been. Like the officer said, he had enough of that stuff to level the house. Hi, Deborah. Good to see you. He wouldn't have walked that far if he got hold of anything. No, exactly. If he got into something, he definitely wouldn't have walked that far. But now, if he did get into something on accident, he could have been carried that far. At first, I was like, when I first heard the officer, he said partially recovered. And I'm like, what? So I was like, what is he talking about? But he said partially submerged. The dog was with them, so I think it may be just accidental. Yeah, could be, Cheryl, could be. Hi, Connie, good to see you. So this goes on, this is very similar to Jack and Lily's case, right? It is. I see your photo of Jack and Lily there, Connie. And hi, Cecilia. Good to see you. I love your name, Cecilia. That's pretty. So you have 2 children. I'm going to remove my map so you guys can see my face. Give me a second. The maps likes to eat up my, there we go. So you have the instance of 2 children around the same age as Johnathan here. And they also live in a rural area. Same, different area, but same thing, rural area, right? Just like here where Johnathan's dad lived, it's right off of a highway, right? You have highway 195, I think it's called. I kept trying to call it 95 because there's a highway that travels north and south called 95. But it's highway 195 that his house is off of. So same with Jack and Lily's case. You have the 289, which is the Garlock Road, which is a highway. Not a major highway, but it's a highway. It's like get back and forth, right? And you have woods all behind you. Water, woods. Hi, Autumn. Good to see you. Vicky, hello. Good to see you. Crystal, hello. Thanks for being here. Yes. So only an idea if the father was impaired in any way. Well, if he's doing this stuff, right? And this seems to be a common denominator with a lot of these missing children's cases is that type of rug, right? It's very sad. And then their children wander away, or the children accidentally get into something, or there is alleged abuse, but not in this case. They said that he had no bruises or anything on him. Cecilia, thank you for becoming a member of Daphne's Case Files. We appreciate you joining our family here. Thank you so much. You're awesome. Thank you. Thank you. So what do you guys think? Do you think that he just wandered off by looking at the map that I showed you? Do you think he just wandered off, chased doggo, and took off? I mean, the 6-year-old brother, told dad that's what happened. So do you think that's what happened? Or do you think maybe he got into something, was carried out there? But then the dog, how would the dog stay there with him though, right? So he would have turned 5 in April. Absolutely, yes. That's what we heard. Yeah. So same thing, right? Same thing as Jack and Lily's case. Different parts of, area. You got Nova Scotia and you got Alabama, right? Completely different, but you still got your woods. The terrain in Alabama is pretty much flat, not hilly and stuff like that, but you got your water everywhere. You could see right there on the maps that there's the creek, you got ponds. Yes, it is very sad. And like I said, the common denominator in a lot of these is that the meth or whatever. Jasper is very wooded, isolated, and random water. It has lots of sinkholes. Okay. And he just got tired and it was cold. Thank you, Misty. Yeah, I know. A lot of sinkholes like Florida. Florida has a lot of sinkholes too from it. Just so wet. As of right now, Denise, they're not really saying what the cause is, right? They're eliminating, it seems like to me. So we can eliminate that any, how can I say this without YouTube spanking me? Any kind of like physical contact from dad, right? That's how I'll say it. You can eliminate that, but the toxicology report still has not come back yet. That's all I can say. You think he wandered off and the dad delayed calling police because of what was on the property? Yeah. Don't you think though, like dad would have cleaned that up or tried to at least, right? Yes, the medical examiner has to determine the cause of death, and that has not been like said yet, other than excuse me, other than there was no physical contact from dad on him. Yes, I believe he chased a dog and got lost in the woods. That's why the dog stayed with him. Yeah. No, he was just wearing a shirt, just a regular t-shirt. So same instance, right, with Jack and Lily. Oops, geez. Sorry about that. You have a parental figure that's doing this type of substance. We saw that mom had filed not a restraining order, but an order of protection on dad a few years prior. We know that mom moved about a year ago to Florida, right? And next state over to get away from dad. So I don't believe they were divorced yet. It really doesn't matter, but they're separated, right? And, dad knew he had this problem. Why didn't you just say, I can't take them right now? Can we do another date or something? He wasn't thinking of his children first. He definitely wasn't. And, it's just horrible, you guys. Then mom spoke, according to Bella, mom spoke to Johnathan the same day that he went missing. And the two children were supposed to leave on the 1st, which was the next day, on New Year's Day. Out of 5 days of the year, how on earth how do you lose a child? I don't understand it. Was he upset or something? That's why he took off? Or did the dog take off and he chased him and fell and slipped or something? Hi, Carol. Good to see you. A creek, it's not normally too deep. It just depends, right? It just depends. But you can drown in like 2 inches of water, you guys. Like it does, you know what I mean? Unattended children. There you go. Unattended children. Yes, being hooked on something makes you a different person. Absolutely. Yeah, they said it was about 4 foot of water in the creek, right? And it did rain, so it was probably close to the 4 foot anyways. And yes, if he's 4 foot, say he slipped, say he was walking alongside the creek with the dog or something. No, he did not get hit by a car. There was no bruises or anything like that on him. So that has been ruled out, that any type of damage like that. You live between 2 creeks, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of water over in those areas. Wrong chat. I see you. So he was found in the water. Yes. The dog was still with him. So the dog knew that something was, you know what I mean? I wonder if they said there was no bruises or didn't look like any kind of anything happened to him. So, which makes me wonder, because if he fell and hit his head on a rock or something, you would think there would be some type of bruise or something on his head, right? So, but we got to wait for the toxicology report to come out. This is dad. So dad was arrested, but it has nothing to do with the disappearance as of now, he said. So as of now, this arrest was just done on for what he had in his home. And he has 2 counts of that, the child endangerment, because of the fact that there was 2 children there, right? And that is his picture. So it's just a sad situation. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, they did have rain, but it wasn't like a hurricane or something came through there to fill it up a foot. I wonder if the dog got him out of the water. Could have tried, absolutely. The creek near me is 3 to 4 feet deep in spots, but mostly shallow. Yeah. They are getting everything back. Sheriff said present to grand jury. Yeah. Yep. I think probably soon that we'll know that within the week we'll know exactly what it is. So medical examiner's got to come out and eliminate possibilities, right? I think the first one, the easiest one they could do was eliminate the possibility for any type of abuse, right? Because you can look at the body to see if anything's been like broken or bruised or anything like that. So you can eliminate that. It could have been muddy around the creek. Yeah. He could have slipped or something. Yeah. Or just slipped. And that's the thing too. If he just slipped on a rock or something, wouldn't you think that he would have some type of bruising on his head? Or like cuts and scrapes or something? So they've got to look. Yeah. So no signs of trauma or assault at all, which is good. Yeah, labs do love water. If Buck had gone swimming, Johnathan may have gone into the water after him. Absolutely. That could be yeah, absolutely. It's just a sad situation overall. Like I said, the common denominator in a lot of these cases are parents that are on this type of medication, substance. He could have. It was 1.5 miles. They said like 2 miles. It's about 1.5 miles from that creek that we just looked at. Yeah, there would be bruises or like say he fell on something in the creek and hit his head. Yes, so JCDC dad did call the sheriff, but it was like 2 hours later. It was delayed. I know, Robin. It is just very sad. It is very sad. So they were able to spot the dog, and the dog took them to where he was. It just stinks because, like, yes, it was like 21, I think, that night there. My brother and I used to play in Deep Creek when we was younger, and grandparent didn't care. We didn't find ourselves in danger. We did find ourselves in danger a couple of times, but we wasn't that young. Alabama has some poisonous snakes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the water moccasins are really bad. They're very aggressive. So this is the current update, you guys. Let me see if they're, I know, hold on 1 second. Did someone say his grandfather spoke out? I didn't see anything like that. Here's an article, but let's read this article real quick. Give me a sec. Let's see here. Put it up here on screen for you. I know, I can imagine how the mom must feel. And even, I mean, I don't know. It's just horrible. Yes. See, it says cause of death still unknown for Johnathan, and found with his dog by his side. So he was last seen alive about 11:30 a.m. I wonder what time mom called. Yeah, he could have been bit by a snake. Absolutely. A poisonous snake. He absolutely could have. Water moccasins are very aggressive. They will actually swim up to you. Like, they're nasty little stinkers. They really are. So did the big brother see Johnathan go off? So the brother, from my understanding, said that they were at a fence line, right? And somehow the dog got under the fence line or something like that, and Johnathan got out that way. Yeah. An hour later, according to the report, 11:30 missing and the 12:38 phone call, but just them saying to the grand jury they just need the result of a few other things to report. Okay. Thank you. Father had duty of care. Yeah, 5 stinking days. 5 days a year. Like, come on. It says an autopsy of the 4-year-old boy found dead 2 days after he wandered from his father's Walker County home showed no signs of trauma assault, authorities announced on Monday. The volunteer searchers found the body of Johnathan shortly before 1 p.m. on Friday. He was about 2 miles from his father's home. So we found out it was about a mile and a half. About this. Let me get rid of these ads. Jeez. Smith said John was partially in a creek when he was found. Partially in a creek. That's strange, right? Partially in a creek. I wonder if the dog did pull him out of the water. Oh, I absolutely feel it matters if it was a mistake or intentional. I do. Just because the fact that there's so many red flags, right? The red flags. You have leaving the next day, right? Spoke to mom right before the disappearance. I'm writing it down so I remember. You have the math in the house. You have the booms. What else was it? Yes, there is a delay call. And there we go. Dad knew, you know what I mean? Like, he knew he had a problem. Like, what the hell? And then also we have reports of prior, I'm just going to say issues, right? With parents. Separation. And let's see here. Good grief, if I can spell today. So we have, they were leaving the next day. John spoke to mom right before he disappeared. You have dad with the math use. You have the boom booms all around the freaking house, like trying to delay them searching for some weird reason. You would think a normal person would clean that up. I don't know. You have the delayed 911 call. You have reports of mom reported the prior issues with him, right? You have the current separation. And you have, there was one more too. Right there. There we go. All these. These are all freaking red flags. All red flags. Was his dad the only adult around if the dad was a math person? Yes, he was the only adult that we know of. I believe there was a girlfriend, but I don't think she was there. In hindsight, how was the father even given unsupervised access? I don't know. And there you go. Like, right? There you go. It must be a new thing if mom didn't know he was on that. Didn't dad have to meet mom at the freaking, did she drive them there or did she fly them there? Does anybody know? Judge needs to be held accountable. Yeah. Yeah. 5 days a year. Yeah, I could have added that into my red flags. So I've got a question. If mom flew, like, did the two boys fly by themselves and dad picked them up from the airport? I wonder. It was old and 6 years old. You also should check out the paperwork that you found. You mean of the not restraining order of protection? Yeah, I have that. Oh, let's see. I do have that. I can pull it up. Give me a second. Yeah. Give me 1 second. Let me get rid of this if it will. Load. Give me one. All right, I'm going to pull it up. Yeah, I'll never understand either. Hi, Scorpio Moon. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, while that's loading, let me read the rest of this article for you. It goes on to say the sheriff said they don't know the official cause of death yet, but said no assault type of injuries were found. So no assault type of injuries. The family's dog Buck was found alive near John John. One of the volunteers I spoke to said they saw the dog first, and the dog kind of led them back to where John John was, Smith said. It appears the dog was with him the whole time. How do they know the dog was with him the whole time? I'm just curious. So it goes on to say the sheriff said the volunteered searchers who made the tragic discovery were shaken up, and the paramedics were called after one of them suffered a panic attack. I couldn't imagine. The child was last seen alive about 11:30 a.m. on Wednesday, December 31st, in the 7,000 block of Highway 195 in Jasper. His brother told authorities he last saw John John near the woods line going under a fence, and he went to tell his father. The child was last known to be wearing a Mickey Mouse shirt, black pants, and Paw Patrol shoes. He was with his family's Labrador Retriever mix. Smith said the brother, Isaac, told investigators he and John John were out playing when he disappeared. Smith said law enforcement received the call shortly before 12:30 and arrived at the home at 1. As they cleared the house to make sure John John wasn't inside, they discovered the boom booms and had to back out for safety reasons. The search of the house was suspended due to all that stuff, right in the house. The FBI is handling that aspect. Their boom squad is making it safe and secure so they can continue to search the home. Smith on Monday said the amount of the booms was enough to level an entire house. Think about that for a minute. The boy's father, Jamison Kylie Boley, 40, was arrested on charges unrelated to the disappearance. He was initially charged with Thursday with the unlawful manufacturing of a boom device or doing the math, right? Smith said he doesn't know what type of explosives or booms were found or what Boley, who was formerly in the military, was doing with them. I think that at one point he told the investigator he knew what he was handling was dangerous, but he was just at a point where he didn't care anymore. That's sad. Boley is also charged with 2 counts of chemical endangerment, and it says charging documents stated both brothers had the opportunity to be exposed to this. Yeah. Hi guys, welcome in. The dog looks like a Borkin and they will not leave your side. What's a Borkin? How long was John John at his dad's before going missing? They arrived on the night of the 27th or 28th. I don't know if it was the night of the 27th. Remember, the dog was last seen on camera on the 26th. Last seen on the camera on the 26th, which I thought that was somewhat strange as well. Boley is being held in the Blount County Jail as a courtesy to Walker County. As a courtesy. Smith said the move to Blount County was to get Boley away from anyone he might know in the Walker County Jail. That's interesting. The sheriff said Boley's family members were allowed to meet with him in person on Friday to tell him that John John's body was found. So, okay. The sheriff said Boley's family members were allowed to meet with him. So the family members were allowed to meet with him to let him know that the body had been found. Boley's appointed attorney, so He just got like a free attorney. Sam Bentley said he has no comment at this time about the case. Smith said the FBI and the State Bureau of Investigation led the on-scene investigation once John was found. He said they worked throughout the weekend and along with the Walker County investigator attended Monday's autopsy. So Smith said once the investigation is complete, they will present all the findings to the Walker County DA's office. Oh, that's just real sad, guys. Give me 1 second. I think that I have it in here. I want to show you something. Is this it? Nope, that's the dad's thingy. Give me a second. I'm finding what I wanted to show you guys. Okay, is this it? Yes, okay. So this right here is what mom had put out on dad. All right. My daughter put a tracker in my grandson's shoe. At first I thought it, yeah, one of the air tags is very, very smart to do that. I agree. Very smart to do that. I actually bought one for my dog, even though she doesn't go outside and stuff by herself. But I got one for her collar. You can actually get little rubber things to go over the top of the air tags. So you could put on a collar or anything, like a keychain. So how long was John and his dad's before going? Okay, I answered that one. Absolutely, Robin. I agree. When a person is arrested on possible serious charges, they will put them away from hometown where they may not know anyone. Oh, thank you, Vicky. I did not know that. Okay. Yes, air tags can be really good and they can be really bad because if you have some creeper, right, they could just put it on your freaking car. Skechers made kids' shoes with a pocket in the sole for the air tags. That is very smart. Very smart. Very smart. So this right here is a petition for protection from, you guys can see that, right? From the dad. This was done in 2021 from mom. And then they have one date of marriage, 2018. And this petition was done in 2021. She looks like she's a little bit younger than him because he's 40. And if she was 27 back in 2021, she's younger than he is. Yep. See, he was 36 at the time. Okay. So this basically, whoops, where did it go? Oh, where did it go? Hold on a second. I know I have it up here somewhere. Maybe let me grab a larger photo real quick. I do have a German Shepherd, German Shedder. She sheds like crazy, especially right now. I'm like, why are you shedding? It's freezing outside. Why are you shedding? There's one part I wanted to read to you guys in this. I need to get my glasses on. Okay, this right here. Let me just send this to you. Yeah, so this case reminds me of Jack and Lily's. I don't think so, but shoes come off, so I don't know the best place to put it is. I'm glad my teens have phones. Yeah, my kids, they have Life 360. All right, give me a second. Let me pull this down. I have the one a close up so we can see it. See, this is what worries me though, right? And I'm sure the officers are looking into all this. They already know it. They already know all this, right? But we know that nothing happened such as this to John. All right, Slowpoke, come on. All right, second, blowing it up. All right, add. How many years is it good for in that area and could be null and void to her leaving the state? Yeah, could be null and void. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So this, I didn't show this the other day because he was still missing, right? And I just did not want to I talked about it, but I didn't bring it up. So mom had filed, look, our residence, right? It says explain what happened. Begin with the most recent. And it says 1221, our residents, put hands around my, right? Held me down, threw me into the kitchen island, choke me out. I couldn't breathe, then sat on me, holding my arms down. I'm worried he will do all the above again to me or our children, or potentially unalive one of us. It's just right there, that's just, this is why there's so many red flags to me in this case. And I know the officers are looking into this, right? Yes, they are, Cecilia. They are very intelligent and just beautiful. Yeah. Last night I had a scare though. I'm going to pull this down. But yeah, last night I had a little scare because she was laying on the bed with me. And let me first go back a little bit. So this past August and October, we had so many ticks, right, out where I live. And in the area I live in, the ticks have Lyme disease, and I freaking hate them. They were so bad this year. My dog had like 8 on her within like a 2-week period. I think you guys, my mods, probably remember me saying this because I was freaking out. And of course, I got them off, and you know what I mean? And I need to take her to the vet and probably get a blood test done. Yes. So I hope so, Robin. So basically, last night, she was laying on the bed with me. And then when she got up off the bed to like go out to go to the bathroom, like her hind leg wouldn't move. So I don't know if it fell asleep or something, because she's kind of laying on the heating pad. Like I was laying on a piece and she was laying on a piece. So I don't know if her leg fell asleep. She's fine today. So hopefully it was just her leg fell asleep or something. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Oh, but it scared me to death. It really, because like, those dogs are prone to, and then you have this stinking freaking ticks. I hate them. Lyme disease. Yeah, it's really bad. Seems to me the system failed the whole family. The father could have definitely had PTSD. Yeah, should have been in counseling before he was allowed to see us. I agree, Autumn. I agree. I agree with that whole statement. It's very sad. And like in Jack and Lily's case too, like I just feel like they didn't walk off. I mean, maybe they did, and if they did, they're out there somewhere, just like this little boy. They're out there somewhere in the woods, just like this little boy. The only thing is, you don't have a bunch of inconsistent statements and stuff going along with it, like you do, right? In this case, like you do with their case. And yes, there was an extensive search there. Like a lot of searchers, right? But they could still be overlooked if they're inside something or under something. They could still be overlooked. But there was also issues such as this case going on too, right? With stuff that we've heard. Her dog wouldn't move either. She took to the vet and had to get on a special diet. Oh, that's horrible, Carol. Oh. My dog could walk like within a couple of minutes. Like she was fine after a couple of minutes. I think maybe her leg was asleep. I'm just hoping that's what it is. So Denise, they didn't really delay the search for him out in the woods. The only part that was delayed was inside the home and in the yard, is from my understanding. But it wasn't delayed. Like the police and FBI and stuff were there, and ATF, right, to clear out the area. But civilians weren't allowed in at that time. I'm not sure if it was like a few hours or what, hon. Hi, Nature Walks. Good to see you. You don't think they walked up? I don't think they did either. Hi, everyone. Make sure your dog has updated shots for Lyme disease. Yeah. She's 7. And I got to get her more. She just turned 7 in October. I got to get her more salmon oil. Oh, golden retrievers are beautiful. Yeah. But yesterday, though, we were outside. We were outside on my toboggan. Remember? I can't believe with my arthritis, I was able to get up off that thing. But she was running and pulling. She was fine. But she was running around the yard. And I have a huge yard. Like, not huge, but I have a couple acres. And she was running in the snow and stuff. So I wonder if she slipped maybe. Or not slipped. I didn't see her slip. But maybe like, I don't know, hurt her paw or something. I didn't see anything. But yeah, I made her take it easy today. And I try to give her hip exercises on our stairs. I know that's silly, but like she stands elevated and it's good for their back and hips. Mm-hmm. Do you guys have any questions or anything? That is the most current information that I have right now. I just feel that there are so many red flags and similar instances in these cases. It's very sad. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The vet here told me there's a new tick disease they can get and it cripples them. Yeah, it's freaking horrible. The deer tick, our dogs, our babies too, we take better care of them. And some do. I know, Robin. I know, right? Same. Her dog wouldn't move. That's so sad. Yeah, it's just so much neglect. I have 7 cats, 2 Maine Coons. Oh, they're pretty. I have what are those Norwegian forest cats? She's freaking crazy. But she's really pretty. What was I gonna give me 1 second? I want to look up something real quick. Let's see if anything else came out here. Yeah, there hasn't been. Yeah, that was the last one. That was the last one. Oh, wait. News conference. Is there another one, or is this the one that I just played? I think I beat the news. Yeah, that's the one I just played. The ABC just posted. Hi, Winona. It's good to see you. Yes, honey, I can see you. Oh, ABC News just posted this. You guys look. I literally beat everybody with that news conference. Look. It literally just came out. Yes, Vicky, absolutely. It absolutely is. 2 old cats, no dogs. I was raised, my parents, they would breed and train German Shepherds. Yes. So this was just updated 27 minutes ago. It's the same thing we just watched. Oh, yes, I hear. What's her name? Oh, they are awesome cats. Yeah, they are. Yeah, but she's like, and she don't get her way though. Like, watch out. Yeah. So what cases do you guys want me to cover next? Like I I want to cover more cases that haven't been spoken about in a while. What cases would you guys like to hear about? I feel like I'm talking to myself, like, because there's no sound here. I wish I could hear you guys talk. It's really, really sad that he passed away, but at least they know where the body is. Absolutely. There's closure. And, you know, like Summer Wells and, well, Sebastian, he was older, obviously. But Summer Wells, they said that, you know, she was either kidnapped or walked off. Rural area in the woods. Just like this little boy. And Jack and Lily. It's just, it really is just devastating. And they still haven't been found. Oh, thank you, Robin. I'm allergic to my poor kitty, but not my big dogs. Isn't that weird how you're like it's the dander, I think, right? From the High Longing Heart. Yes. So the dog did belong. I keep thinking I have earrings in my ears. I usually wear them. And I don't have them on today. Yes. The dog did belong to the father. And the dog is now currently with a family member. Not with, not Humane Society. They came out with something yesterday. Let's see here. They came up with something yesterday, or came out. They were kind of upset because people kept calling them and basically saying like, where's, where's the dog? Why is the dog there? And all that stuff. Let me see if I can find it. And 1 second, push this up here. All right, go. Let's see if I can find it. So they came out and I'm froze. Here, give me 1 second. I'll pull this up. Recent. New evidence. Hold on 1 second. I'm looking for. Am I still frozen? Here, I want to read some of these comments real quick. I was frozen. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I hate when that happens. Oh. All right, so yeah, this just said. All right, so the autopsy was scheduled this morning, but there's still. I'm trying to find. Is him at school? Look, that's so sweet. Picture of mom and them. See, the brother looks very, very similar. The brother looks very similar. What happened to the little boy in Canada that was camping with family? I don't think they found him yet, Tammy. I don't think they found him yet. From my knowledge, to me, this case shows how you can find a missing child pretty quick. Yeah, absolutely, Longing Heart. I mean, so they searched what, 40 kilometers out with Jack and Lily. And then they researched the waterways again. And they did say there was mine shafts here too. I'm not sure. Maybe. I wonder if the searchers were hollering buck, or did he start barking? I'm not too sure. He must have heard. That's the strange thing, though. Like, how do they, like 2 miles or 1.5 miles? That's not too far. But I guess when you're searching, you usually line up, right? You line up and you go back. And you all walk and comb the area. It's like combing the area. And it just took them a little while to get down there, Now, I don't know if the civilians had to stay out of the woods too. Not sure. For that period of time. But you see how this is his 6-year-old brother. He looks almost identical, right? They're like Irish twins, except his face is a little bit fuller. They both look like mom, right? They look a lot like their mama. Like same, like smile, just same. It's so sad. Aw. You can tell these children were very loved. Hold on one second. You can tell these children were very loved, very well taken care of. There's no bruises and scratches and stuff like that on them, right? Their clothing looks nice and clean. It's just really sad. You could tell that mama loved them. You know, I'm sure dad did too, but dad had some issues. Oh, you cooking me dinner, Cecilia? I'm so hungry. Here's another pic. Oh, you could tell that's like Florida. Look at all the palm trees. It's in school. Oh, he's so precious. See, how did they get his eye color wrong, you guys? That's another red flag. That is another red flag. Dad gave the wrong eye color. What is the eye color of the brother? What's the eye color of the brother? Because of the blue, if he's got, oh, you can't see. Can't see. I wonder if the brother has blue eyes and then in the heat of the moment, right, he just said blue on accident. Because I know, like, sometimes at first the parents, they're just discombobulated, like, oh my God, you know, my child's missing. So, oh, hi, Salty. No, they're Irish twins. So his older brother is 6 and he was about to turn 5. Dad has blue? I thought dad had brown. I think mom has blue, right? Hold on. Let me see. It looks like dad has brown. And then you have, looks like on the beach, right? Definitely on the beach. I wonder if dad was in the Navy there in Pensacola. Because it's not, I mean, if he moved, well, I don't know. They do have an army base there in Alabama. You're late, Leslie. You're late, Leslie. What is wrong with you? I'm just joking. I hope that you're okay. I hope that you had good news from the doctors. My first were 2 or 17. Yeah, my children aren't too far apart either. It is very sad that he passed. Oh, it's so precious. I wonder if this was this past Christmas. It looks like it, right? It looks like it was this past Christmas. It makes me wonder, like, if, I don't know. I don't want to speculate anymore. Like if mom got a new boyfriend or something, and I don't know if that's why dad was doing all this stuff. I don't know. I've got gray eyes. My eyes are gray. Well, they're blue and gray. And definitely took after my mom's side. There was something I wanted to show you with, what is this? What is this? I hate these AI things. They drive me nuts. Here, let's play this real quick. This guy's pretty good. I watch him sometimes on here. Let's see.
wrapped up when it comes to the case of 4-year-old Johnathan Everett Boley out of Jasper, Alabama. This morning, an autopsy was performed on Jonathan's body. Sheriff Nick Smith did confirm that there were no signs of trauma to his body, nor were there any type of assault injuries on him. So preliminarily, there are no signs of foul play when it comes to his passing. Remember, he was found January 2nd, 2026. Sheriff Smith said that he was found around 12:55 that afternoon by a volunteer who actually found Buck, the dog, first. Remember, Buck was missing alongside Johnathan. It was believed that Johnathan, at least from what his brother stated, followed Buck into the wooded area before disappearing. This volunteer searcher said that the dog essentially led them to this body of water, which he said was a creek about 4 feet deep, where Jonathan's body was found partially submerged. I mean, how touching is that? The dog essentially stayed with Johnathan to ensure that he would be found. Now, right now, Johnathan Boley, Jonathan's father, is only being charged with the things that we have discussed prior, charges pertaining to the explosives, as well as chemical endangerment of a child, which, if found guilty, could land him behind bars anywhere between 2 years to 99 years. While questions were being asked, Sheriff Nick Smith was essentially asked if the fact that Jonathan's dad had explosives on the property negatively impacted their search for Johnathan, and he said, yeah, of course. You know how delayed things were because they needed to stop and clear the scene? I mean, had they not needed to do that, it's possible that Johnathan could have been found much sooner. It's possible that he could have even maybe been found alive. Jonathan's official CEO.
And that's the thing, right? Like,
Hey guys, so a press conference just wrapped up when it comes to the case of.
I don't know why it keeps going on. That's the thing, right? Like how like, dude, if your son's gone missing, right? Why don't you try to clean some of that shit up so they don't have to freaking, I just don't understand that. I believe this was a total accident because the brother is too young to like, yeah, the dad was wrong and made bad choices, but he did call the police. And dad said he went out looking before he called the police. He should have freaking called the police right then and there. I mean, with or without all that shit. He could have told the police, hey, listen, I freaking have some bad stuff going on inside my house. And you know what I mean? But he didn't. It's like they found out. They found out by, I don't know, it's just crazy. You know, because they could have made other plans. And I don't know, guys. I just feel like he put a wrench in their search for some reason. Yeah, it does. It looks like an accident there, but there's a ton of freaking red flags. A ton. We'll find out for sure, though. We will definitely. Is this guy still talking? Why? We'll definitely find out for sure. Everything soon. There was one I wanted to read where it. Oh, that's the court documents. Hold on a second. I wanted to read where the Humane Societies came out. Oh my gosh. Dispose. I don't understand why these stupid AI things. Oh, this is pictures of the search. Yeah. I mean, the brother could have been like told to say that too, right? But I mean, for a child to keep the story straight, I don't know, unless they're scared straight. You know, that would be the first places that should have been checked, in my opinion, was waterways. I have to get my dog out for a walk. Oh, will you come walk mine too, Robin? I'm probably not coming on later on. I'm going to try to do some more videos and like kind of rotate lives with videos, if that makes sense. But yes, we will talk. We will definitely talk. You go enjoy your time on your walk. I wish I was able to. It's just too darn cold outside. No, thank you, Lynn. Thank you. Yeah. This is, guys, it's just a very devastating story. I wanted to update you with the current information. If something new comes out, I will come out and do a video on it for you guys, because I do, with the notifications that I get, like with other platforms, I get the information really quick. So before it posts on YouTube or the news, obviously. Yes, thank you, Miss Robin. We will talk later. Thank you. All right, you guys, I'm going to head out of here too. I wanted to do this pop-up live. I wasn't planning on doing a live today, but I saw this, so I had to come out. This case, yes, same here, Leslie. Mm-hmm. Oh, I was a mess the other day, so I can imagine how the mom and family feels. It's just so heartbreaking. Oh, thank you, Miss Robin. Have a good day, honey. Thank you. Yeah, all these cases, right? All these cases, they're very similar. Similar instances. It all revolves around one thing, it seems. Oh, thank you, Nova. Thanks for joining us. Bella Nova, excuse me. I like that name. Bella is pretty. Yes. Going to. Good night, Carol, Denise, all of you. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you for joining me today. And like I said, if anything else comes out, I will update you all. I will. Joyce. Okay, I will check my email. Thank you. It is very cold out. Thank you. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's true. Yep. It's so sad. Oh, right. Later. Thanks so much, you guys. Have a great night, and we will talk to you soon.